on someone your own size.
Hey everybody, it's Marshall Monkey here. This is going to be my Riverdale episode 4 top 5 video. So yes, we are back with Riverdale episodes. I've been taking a break from YouTube for a while, so I'm going to get back to everything. I have 2 Arrow videos on the way, a DCEU Robin video. I'm going to do a Batman live stream to do all the Ben Affleck Batman news, an Injustice 2 live stream, all this craziness, so we'll get through all of it, but Riverdale first. So we have a lot of top 5 to get through, and I kind of mushed some storylines together so that we could do a top 5, so that way it's not too strung out. So we'll get to it all, trust me, but let's start with our number 5. So, number 5, things with Archie and Miss Grundy continue, and Betty investigates. So this is this huge storyline that happens in the episode where Archie, doesn't have too much going on with Miss Grundy in the episode, but things start to unfold. Archie's dad finds out about the relationship. We'll talk about that in the end. But their relationship continues. The fun thing about this episode was that it was so awkward seeing Archie interact with Miss Grundy in front of his dad. Now, they didn't make this as big of a deal. Like, the thing I didn't like about it was that it wasn't so suspenseful. And I think that the reason why is because they revealed it in this episode. And I would have liked to see the relationship continue, because it really reminded me of a PLL situation, where on PLL they kind of did this whole thing with Ezra and Arya, if you guys have watched that show. And season 2, they finally revealed the relationship. So it kind of came out different in this show, whereas we found out about the Miss Grundy Archie relationship, the characters did in this episode. But Betty finds out, she goes on the warpath. Like, she's like, okay, listen, I know this is dangerous. I'm going to get to the bottom of what she's really, like, what's going on with her, like, who she really is. And it was really fun to see Betty go all territorial over Archie without actually being territorial. It's kind of like that stalker ex-girlfriend without actually have dated the guy. So it's really fun to see Betty go like this. She is so great. Like, I love the Betty character so much. The actress who plays her is so great. She even interviews Miss Grundy for like a fake blue and gold newspaper article interview, and then she digs about Miss Grundy. We even get an Easter egg about the Archie comics. So what they did is that they Marissa Tomei, the actress who plays Miss Grundy. So what that means is they casted a younger version of the comics version of Miss Grundy. This is the real Miss Grundy from the comics, like the old Miss Grundy. In the comics, Miss Grundy is very old. Even in the animated series, she was really old. So this is like the real Miss Grundy, and they kind of de-aged her for the show, which I thought was so interesting that they kind of threw that in there. Hey, that's the actual Miss Grundy. But Betty breaks into Miss Grundy's car with Veronica, finds a gun, so I thought that was really cool. In the promo, they made it seem like the gun could have also been shot at the same time that Doily shot his gun, and like Miss Grundy could have shot it, but it's like they heard the shot, so I don't know what was going on in the promo. But Miss Grundy also reveals her past. Like, she had this abusive husband. She tried to get away from him. He always came home drunk. She couldn't get away. She finally divorced him. She changed her name, moved to Riverdale, met Archie. So this was a huge, snowball effect of things that happened in her past. Now, we will talk about what happened at the end of the episode, like her plans, and if she'll ever come back to the show before the season's over. I think she will, but we'll talk about it in a second. But on number 4, Jughead tries to save the drive-in movie theater. So this was weird to me. I didn't like how they did this storyline. It kind of took away from the whole spectacle, like the whole marvelous traits of Jughead's character. And for him to be brought down by this one drive-in movie theater was kind of sad. But we also met Jughead's father in this episode, which kind of ties into Hermione's storyline, but we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But Jughead's dad was introduced. So Jughead also has a sister. We will learn about these characters. Like, I think his sister might come back on, maybe not. They didn't really specify, but his father is definitely here. They talked about this group of gangbangers / bikers who are very dangerous, and his dad's seems to be the leader of them all. So I don't know how this is going to go down. He even got fired from Archie's dad. So there's some bad blood here. We can tell that there's bad blood, and that there'll probably be some Archie, Jughead, and their dad's fighting situation where that goes on where Jughead's maybe not allowed to see Archie or whatever. Like, who knows? We'll see. Maybe Archie's dad and Jughead's dad will fight, but it was really fun seeing him in this episode. We got the reveal at the end of the episode, too. So, we'll see. I don't know what's going on with that, but I loved seeing his dad introduced, and him being, like, a huge, like, biker guy. Like, Jughead's super smart and intelligent. His dad seems not dumb, but not as smart. Not genius-like, and not big wordy type guy. So we'll see what happens with that. But I loved it. Can't wait to see more of his dad. Number 3, Kevin gets more screen time in this episode and gets a new love interest who is also a biker. I just love all these bikers. So Kevin in this episode was really great. Loved his character. I've actually always loved his character since like episode 1. But he hasn't got a lot of screen time, so we finally got some in this episode. So I like how he's getting more screen time. He's more of an actual character. So at the drive-in movie theater, he meets this new character who is a biker. And originally, I thought, okay, this is going to be dangerous. I had thought before maybe it is a love interest. I couldn't really put my finger on it. But when they came to this fence scene, I was like, okay, I think it's what I think it is. And yes, sure enough, it is his love interest for the season, or like the first half of the season, who knows for sure. But it's this new character. His name is Joaquin, and I love that name. It's so great. I love the name Joaquin. It's such a good name. But anyway, Joaquin is his love interest for the season, and he is a biker too. So I don't know if he's like related to Jughead. Probably not, but he's probably just like another biker's son that's going to be hanging out with Kevin. But Kevin's dad is the sheriff. Someone breaks into the sheriff's house later on in the episode. Maybe it's Joaquin, maybe it's not. Who knows for sure? They made it seem like it was someone close to the sheriff or Kevin. So we'll see what happens with that. Or maybe it was the actual murderer himself or herself, whoever the murderer is. We haven't even figured that out yet. But I'm excited to see where they take Kevin's love interest. I like how they're giving Kevin more screen time. So I'm excited for that. And I don't know whether or not Kevin's father is going to find out. But we'll see. Number 2, Hermione Lodge has some pretty shady things going on, and I love it. I love the Hermione character. I think that she's fantastic. She also got more screen time in this episode. She was seen doing dealings with the mayor in this episode, and it was so scandalous. So there's a lot of real estate going on. She's the one who purchases the drive-in lot. I thought that was really cool, too. And she purchases it from the mayor. So the mayor helped her do this, and she was doing the business, like the lot business, with the biker gang, while her ex-husband, I guess, I think they're divorced, was in jail. So, super interesting. Number 1, though, we have to talk about number 1. So, Alice Cooper, which is Betty's mom, who we hate, obviously, exposes Archie and Miss Grundy's relationship. So, the relationship blown right off the handle. Like, it's just boom, exposed. And there wasn't that big of a deal. Like, Alice was the one who really, like, was super upset about it and, like, super angry about it. But she was really more angry at Archie and wanted to throw Archie's mistakes into both his father and Betty's faces. Like, it's like, oh, look what Archie did. Now, Betty, what a horrible person he is. Not, because Betty decides that she's still going to hang out with Archie, obviously. But Miss Grundy decides to leave town. She also decides to quit her job. So we will see Miss Grundy again. Like, I think that Miss Grundy will come back before the season's over. If not, then season 2, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that she'll come back before the season's over, because she's Miss Grundy. But I'm excited. What do you guys think about this, though? What do you guys think about his dad, like Archie's dad? What do you think he'll do? Is there going to be, like, stricter rules? Is he going to be more supportive than angry? I don't know. All parents are different. Archie's dad seems very chill about it. Who knows what will happen for sure. Archie's pretty upset right now, so, he's kind of in that helpful phase more than that angry phase. But, again, all parents are different. We'll have to wait and see. But that's the top 5 for this episode. So I'm excited for the next episode. It seems pretty shocking. I don't know what's going to happen. But this episode was great. Riverdale is just getting better and better every week. So again, there'll be a lot more videos. Next up, there'll be some DCEU live stream stuff, Injustice 2 live stream stuff, Arrow videos. So just subscribe for all those. Links to my other Riverdale videos. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day, and bye-bye.